Okay, this week's training is all about confidence being a belief. So you remember module 4 is all about activating your confidence. We have spoken previously in earlier modules about changing our beliefs. And confidence is simply a belief that we need to change. So we've looked at beliefs before. Now we're getting really serious about the beliefs that you hold about yourself. And it might feel like I'm calling you out this week, okay? You might feel seen by this, and that's okay. I want you to recognize any kind of discomfort as willingness to change, okay? So let's go. I'll remind you now about the structure of typical beliefs. So there's a cause, an effect, and the meaning. And you will remember, of course, that we create the meaning. Your brain is an incredibly powerful meaning-making machine. It makes meaning, based on what you believe. So you will see the cause and the effect, and you will make a belief-informed meaning from it. That's why beliefs are so powerful. They change the meaning we apply to everything. Then your brain uses that to predict the future. That's what you expect to see, and then you're not surprised when you see it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, you create your own self-confidence through this same mechanism. So you have beliefs about yourself. That's called self-belief. And self-belief is self-confidence. So all the things you believe about yourself. So if you have positive beliefs about yourself, like I'm a nice person, it's okay for me to be happy, I believe I'm quite capable of doing things, I think I'm likable, I'm nice, I'm lovable, and those sorts of things, then you will have good self-confidence. If, however, the beliefs that you hold about yourself are not helpful, so I'm not lovable, I'm hopeless, I'm useless, I'm silly, I'm a fool, negative things about yourself, that will create self-belief and that will lower self-confidence. Nobody apart from you affects your self-confidence. Other people might say things, and if you are used to letting that change your self-perception and make meaning of what they say, believe the meaning that they put into it, then it will knock your self-confidence. But other people's perception of us won't change our self-confidence as much as our own perception of ourselves will. Okay, so whilst other people and situations and environments can affect your self-confidence, your beliefs about yourself affect it way more. So this is where we need to do the work. So your task this week, this is a short and sweet training for you, is you can use the work we've done previously about beliefs. All right, so you can go back to that, or you can start afresh, thinking again from today. Identify any beliefs that you have about yourself that are stopping you from taking action or creating unhelpful patterns. So if you've got a belief that says, I'll never be able to do this even if I try, so there's no point trying, or it won't matter anyway, my happiness depends on somebody else being happy, then that's going to create an unhelpful pattern. So spend some time thinking about what those beliefs actually are. Our beliefs don't just hold themselves up in plain sight. So sometimes we have to do a little bit of digging and think about our previous behavior and think, why did I do that? What's the belief that underlies this self-sabotage? What's the belief that underlies this lack of willingness to change, this lack of self-belief? So we have to go in. So I am going to insist that you do this with a whole massive dollop of self-compassion and self-love, all right? That also helps underpin your self-confidence, by the way, self-compassion and self-love. All right. Once you've identified these beliefs, I want you to write down the exact opposite of what that would be. If that was then a positive belief about yourself, what would it be? If it was a helpful belief about yourself, what would it be? If it was a true belief about yourself, what would it be? And then once you've got that new truth, I want you to create an I am statement. So, for example, if you started with a belief that was I'm unlovable, the opposite of that would be I'm lovable. And writing that in a really powerful I am lovable is a really powerful statement to make with that new truth. And then practice using these statements. You can do it aloud, you can do it quietly, but do it in small ways, and being aware that your confirmation bias is going to resist the change because it's a new belief for it to recognize and register. So when you say it, you might have a feeling in your body of this isn't right, it's incongruous, it doesn't sit well, it feels weird to say it. You have to be okay with that. And you have to remind yourself that you're now right. This is the new right thing. So if you were to say this out loud, you're going to complete that feedback loop by saying, yes, I am, giving yourself a fist bump, celebrating it, giving yourself a shot of dopamine, reinforcing that cycle that says, yes, this is a positive belief. This is going to increase my self-belief. Now, this is a short training because this is a really important step, and I want to give you as much time as possible for you to journal on this, think about it, and actually practice putting your positive I am statements into the world and trying them out. And if you want to put them in the WhatsApp group so we can cheer you along the way, feel free to do that as well.